Hello, hello, and welcome to Jayla Plans and another miniature episode. So I'm going to try and run through this one pretty quickly. I actually had 2 longer episodes filmed, and unfortunately when I went to transfer the files over, something got corrupted and they basically got lost, which is totally fun. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is just go over my most used tools so far. So just this metal ruler, especially for, you know, bending small pieces of paper, things like that. These paintbrushes, just for putting down glue mostly. I have barely used tweezers. I know I see in a lot of miniature videos people using tweezers pretty much on every single item that they build. I've barely used these, but I have used them a little bit. My scissors, both for paper and for fabric. My fabric ones are downstairs right now. Of course, X-Acto knife. Make sure you have some kind of a lid for this guy. These are actually jewelry pliers, so just for the small pieces of wire that they include in the kit, this has come in really handy. And also, again, these are for jewelry making. So these 2 I already had in my craft stash, and so these have worked out pretty well. Okay, so next I'm going to go over kind of mistakes that I've made. So this little guy right here, and actually I'm just going to give this guy a snip because he's been driving me nuts. Okay, so this little couch that I made, I used this tacky glue, and I used a small amount, and I think just the material is like a polyester and it wasn't staying, so I used more, and unfortunately, as you can see, it has really bled through, especially on the bottom here. I actually did kind of hum and haw about wrapping this material around the wood instead of the instructions say to wrap it against itself and then glue it on. I guess I should have went with my instinct. And it's bled through here, and it's really bled through quite a bit on the back. It's not that big of a deal because how I'm going to position the sofa, you won't really see the back. And I'm either probably just going to put pillows or maybe a throw, and then maybe I'll extend the throw. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So, yeah, using more glue, not really a good option. But again, with this kind of slick fabric, it just it was very difficult to get it to glue. So I've ordered a fabric glue that one of the Facebook, well, 1 or 2 of the Facebook groups had suggested for miniatures, and we'll see how that works out when it comes. So that was kind of a mistake. The other mistake is I have this really, really tiny knife, and you're supposed to cut out these little pieces and then glue them together. Well, I did, and I cut like right through the piece. So basically what I ended up doing is I took one of the coffee stir sticks that I had purchased separately, and I just cut out with my X-Acto knife a little knife, and I had painted it, and then on this side, which is the side that won't be glued, I glued on the shiny paper and the little knife handle part. So I was trying to be careful, and yep, just cut right through it. What can you do? So I did also make a change. These pieces were supposed to be black. I just painted them white. I think they turned out pretty good. But the thing that I don't like is with this, I guess it's acetate transparency. I don't know if you can see that. It gathers a lot of dust. It's very staticky, so I need to get some kind of a, I don't even know, like a cloth or something. I know scrapbookers use some kind of a, like a puff or something that has some kind of powder in it that kind of de-static stuff when they're making shaker cards and things. So maybe I'll look into that, because these just really look like severely dirty windows right now, is all they look like. And that's the same with the railings that I haven't put up yet either. They've just gotten so dusty from static, I guess. So another mistake that I made was these pillows. Yeah. And for some brilliant idea, I decided to do all the pillows at once, so they were kind of all messed up. I was able to manage to survive these two and also the two from the bed. And then I just made two other ones as replacements. These I just had an old white t-shirt that was hanging around and going to go to Goodwill, so I just made two additional pillows. And these with the cotton fabric were much, much easier to work with than these like slick fabrics. So the other thing I wanted to show you was yeah, I still need to do something about this part. It just is not sticking no matter what glue I use. But that's this part here. But I wanted to just show you that, again, I use those coffee stir sticks. You can tell it's still like a little wobbly, but it was really, really wobbly. And so I just glued a bunch together and then stuck a few in here just to kind of give it a bit more stability. And I'm just not sure what I'm going to do with this corner. It keeps coming up. I've tried the tacky glue, I tried a glue runner, and I don't know, maybe I'll just hot glue it. I know they say not to use hot glue, but I have used it a few times just because nothing else seemed to hold, like for example on this lantern. So the inside is plastic and it held with the tacky glue as long as I had like a little vise on here. As soon as I took the vise on, the plastic just like, yeah, it didn't last very long. Anyway, so yeah, I hot glued gunned it. I used hot glue. I did. But it's going to be facing the wall, so you won't be able to see it. So it should be fine. And then I added some additional foliage in here. It was left over in the kit, so just to fill it up a bit. And then the other thing I wanted to show you is, again, I took some of the coffee stir sticks and just made a bottom for this guy. The bottom was just supposed to be paper, but I just wanted it to be a little bit more stable. One of the other changes that I made is I painted this base white. It was like a kind of a orangey, yellowy color, and it just didn't really go with anything else in the house, so wanted to paint that white. This little light guy, I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to paint this cord black. I'll probably just try and use acrylic paint for that. And then this guy was actually a charm, and I just snipped the round part off, and then I just used a little bit of Sharpie just at the top so that the metal wasn't so shiny, wasn't so noticeable. So another not change, but I guess difference is this guy's supposed to have little S hooks on him, and then like a little I guess it would be a dish rag. But I didn't really like the look of it, so I just didn't do it. And then this little picture frame, so he's actually got like 2 layers of cardboard. They give you this board to do cutouts, and I started to Sharpie the edges and the insides just because I didn't like the look. Like when you get a frame, it's not white on the sides and then, you know, black on the outside, but I didn't really like the way it was looking. So then I just ended up Sharpieing the actual photo frame as well. I think it was supposed to be like a dark brown color, but now it's just black. And I'm just noticing it's got a little bit of lift, so maybe I'll set that aside and do a bit of extra glue. So the other thing that I kind of changed a little bit is this pen is supposed to have a little bit of a, I guess it would be a pen clip, like a little wrapped around piece of paper, but I didn't really like the look of that. So what I did instead is, you can see there, it's got the metal part sticking out, so that's like the pen part. So basically what I did is I just took the metal wire, and it has like a, I'm not sure if it's paper or plastic sheath around it. So I just cut into that a little bit and then just slid it off. And so that's my pen part. The other thing that I wanted to show you is actually these little slippers, because I think they are freaking adorable, and I wasn't gonna make them. They are like a little, you know, finicky. They've got a lot of little parts and stuff, but I'm so glad I did, because I just think they're adorable. They're so, so cute. Okay, so another mistake that I made is, and I didn't even realize this until the end, I was pretty gung-ho to, you know, start putting stuff together, and I didn't even notice that these two pieces are supposed to actually like be glued down right here. And then this paper piece was supposed to basically, you know, wrap around. So once I start putting it together, I'm not sure, I might just paint them white and then glue them on, or I might paint them brown and then glue them on, or like if I can get away with it, I'll just not glue them on and just put this down, and it won't be as raised as it should be. So we'll see what happens there. Okay, so I think that is about it for the differences that I'm doing and the mistakes that I've made. This is my first kit, and I've had a lot of learnings, which is good. I have actually ordered 2 more miniature kits, because I'm just loving this hobby. It's been really enjoyable, even with all the mistakes that I've made. It's been a lot of fun. So I don't have too much left to do other than put the walls together and then start placing the furniture and stuff. So I'll do one final video. Thanks for stopping by. If you liked this or found it at all helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye! Sorry, just one more thing before I go. I totally forgot. So I've just been using like these plastic tops, or this one also is a good one, and I've just been putting my glue on that, or paint, or whatever, and then for example using toothpicks for gluing the really small pieces. And as you can see, once it dries, it's really easy to just clear that off, because the glue part just comes right off with the toothpicks. So I would definitely suggest having a lot of toothpicks on hand. That's been my primary way of gluing things together. So I just wanted to add that, and I'm going to clean this up.